Hello everyone, welcome to the Trusted Bliss. My name is Ati Turi. I am the host of the channel. This video is dedicated to those who are seeking to manifest stable, long-lasting and committed relationships, but especially to those who desire to find that twin flame. We did offer already some important advices that can significantly enhance this process in the first video on this theme. So we will put the link in the description box for those who didn't see that yet. Additionally, we want to express some serious warning for you on this occasion related to this and any other manifestation process. Be very critical with the coaches who are offering specific tools by promising that it will make the law of attraction working for you fast. We understand they may wish you well, but this is not the way how manifestations are happening. You must be aware that everything in this world is interconnected and happening according universal spiritual laws. But the law of attraction is only one of many universal laws, so we can't skip that, and we must talk about them shortly that you could start understanding the entire process better. You also need to keep in mind the specifics of the twin flame phenomenon while you are making yourself ready for your divine counterpart manifestation. But the first of all, if you came across this channel for the very first time, please hit the like button at the video and subscribe to our channel to help out new community members to access this content, for they do need this information the most. Thank you very much for your kindness. Now, you need to understand and remember forever that the biggest influence to any manifestation process do have not the external complementary tools you use, like guided meditation, subliminal messages, or visualization, but your inner qualities, especially the level of your awareness, emotional state, and vibrational frequency. Also, manifestation in general is the way how God's plan and ideas become physical. So you are constantly manifesting things, events, people, and obstacles that exist on the spiritual plane already. And your soul is aware of all your upcoming manifestations that are directly connected to your sincere wishes. We even can say that your desires basically hold your destiny in some way, for they are pointing toward everything that is stored for you on the spiritual realm, and whispering if someone or something is about to manifesting soon. Saying that, we should also admit that all that you should experiencing in this life is manifesting effortlessly, simply because you want that. No doubts, we must also admit that humans are very skillful by creating blockages inside of themselves when they are rushing or forcing their desires too much. But you can learn what to do to eliminate or reduce that using techniques we reveal in our videos in order you could manifesting your desires easier. We won't lie you to manifest the true big love and to invite your twin flame into your life intentionally is both easy and difficult task. You must remember that our entire life is guided by spiritual forces, so all big events and changes are happening according God's will, and all our intentional and unintentional manifestations are happening only in the resonance with our inner vibration. So, the frequency of your energetic body and your sincere desire are two the most influential components of any manifestation process. But in the first video on this theme, we've learned even more. So, let's quickly revise and repeat that we should know by now. We've analyzed the importance of the initial steps and preparations you should make before calling your twin flame into your life. The first of all, you must give some attention to your emotional past. You must revise and release your old negative emotional baggage you've stored in your unconscious mind and energy body. You also need to transform, lift up your energy frequency, and learn how to keep it high by using various meditation practices for that. Also, you should to look for the energetic and emotional balance inside of you and in your life by practicing giving and receiving equally. But no doubts, you must get rid out of the bad karma by following spiritual laws and start accumulating good karma. Also, it's very useful learning how to stay in the neutral, non judgmental position of an observer and practicing acceptance and compassion towards everyone and everything in this world, both animate and inanimate manifestations of life. This position will strengthen your compassion toward your twin flame when they will appear in your life. So practice to embrace and welcome the natural flow of life by learning and improving yourself in other relationships you currently have or you will create until you will manifest your twin flame. For each of them is the great possibility for you to align your personality with your true divine self. That's seven initial, simple but important manifestation steps we've mentioned in our first video on this theme. If you did memorize them already and if you did set up the plan how you can achieve that, we can add few more requirements to manifest any big and true love, not only the twin flame. So let's continue that priceless enumeration by adding some extra recommendations to this important list, which you can use before you will send out your purest intentions to the universe. The first of all, we would recommend you to revise your past life story and especially your romantic relationships you've experienced up to now, and not only simply release all your emotional burden you may carry, but also to find out why your previous relationships failed or didn't last as long as you wanted to. This task is related very closely to the introductory recommendations we gave you before. Even in a case if you are not the twin flame, it's important to look after your emotional health. But if you are planning to manifest your twin flame, it's crucial to find out if you do have some deep emotional core wounds you may be carrying from the early childhood. If you've experienced some kind of the abandonment, rejection, neglect, emotional or physical abuse, if you do carry some of these wounds, it's a very big probability that your twin flame will be also affected by them in some way. So you need to heal them as fast as you can. Also, to learn noticing them in others, that you could successfully deal with those who are similarly wounded. Let's put one more important additional note right here. Being humans, we rarely are completely emotionally healthy. Many of us are somehow hurt and wounded. But when we become adults, we must be conscious enough to take back our responsibility for the emotional health. To achieve that, you can use various inner child healing strategies here, like art, music therapy, meditation, etc. In the case if we can heal ourselves easy and fast, we should at least try to stop identifying ourselves with our emotional wounds and to get rid out of the wounded self by letting go the painful stories of the past. The first of all, before you will make yourself ready to manifest your divine counterpart, you need to release painful experiences of your previous romantic relationships that you wouldn't continue projecting your subconscious pain on something that is completely new and different. Thus, you need to acknowledge the fact that all our love stories are the part of the same continuous process. It's our way to the point where we are finally ready to meet our twin flame. Make sure you understand that all your experiences you have had before were only lessons or some kind of training, helping you to grow up and to become emotionally and spiritually mature. We also must learn to be honest with ourselves and to check out if we never did hurt no one. If we did, we need to ask for the forgiveness, at least in our heart, and to make sure that nothing similar will happen in the future. Don't forget to forgive also yourself for your own mistakes, wrong decisions, and actions. You must know it's becoming naturally easier acting the right way when you are raising your vibration and the consciousness starts expanding. Yet, you still must agree that not everyone can change themselves overnight. So, it's important to give yourself a little bit more attention when you are preparing yourself for any important manifestation. So, the next or the second step would be to find out and honestly analyze your negative personality traits and behavior patterns you developed up to now, that you would become conscious of them. For your twin flame may exhibit exactly the same negative characteristics that you don't noticing in yourself but can easily see in others. It will hurt you less when you will be aware that in some situations you can exhibit exactly the same behavior. It would be even better if you could start healing that until your counterpart did not appear on your timeline yet. When you will decide to revise your character, make sure that this evaluation comes from your soul and the higher divine self, but not from your ego. Keep in mind that many of our traits can be seen in the completely different light from these two points of view. Let's say your ego may be money and career driven, so it can push you to become influential and rich, but that may be not important at all to you, looking from your soul's perspective. For your higher divine self may be oriented to the simple, peaceful life and the service you can offer to others. Or let's say your ego may persuade you that it's okay to holding back and suppress your emotions when you are triggered in certain situations. But your soul knows that it's much healthier to acknowledge them and to express in the proper way. Your ego may tell you that it's okay to see yourself as insignificant and small, but your soul actually knows that you are naturally valuable enough, for you are the spiritual being with the powerful creative capacities that you can offer a lot to this world. Also, you must learn to stand up for the divine values, the highest truth, yourself, and maybe even for love. So, when you will make the sincere revision of your own unpleasant personality traits, you need to decide what to do with them. If you will push yourself to improve your character and eradicate traits you don't like, or you will decide to live with them by giving promise to be tolerant when you will see the same characteristics in your counterpart, your family members, or even the strangers. This approach can help you significantly when you will meet your twin flame, and especially if your love bubble phase will end and you will start noticing all positive and negative traits in your counterpart. To deal with that easier, you need at least to acknowledge that you have got exactly the same in yourself, possibly in different proportions only. The third thing we want to advise you is to recognize and embrace your shadow self fully. Now we are talking not about your negative traits, but on the contrary, about your positive, hidden, suppressed abilities, gifts, and talents. We hope you are aware that all humans have a hidden, unseen side of the personality, which for some reason we did not allow to come out and to shine. If you don't know that, if you even forget what kind of person you are truly inside, who you supposed or you wanted to be, what do you like or are capable of creating and doing, what are your biggest sincere wishes and goals, then you may need to do some serious inner work. To make that efficiently and fast, we recommend you by journaling. For making notes, you can easily recall all the things that were important to you, regardless they may be left far away in the past, forgotten or neglected. After you will accomplish the initial paperwork, we recommend you to make a plan what of your hidden abilities and traits you could bring out to the light, using and exploring them for the service to you and others. Please start implementing that plan into the reality right now. If you will not, you do risk very badly that your twin flame won't value or even recognize you, for they may have exactly the same abilities and gifts that can be fully developed and flourishing. So they may look like a bright star next to you, and you unconsciously can put them on a pedestal, this way basically signing the death sentence for your connection. For in that case, you two will look as two different on the physical 3D surface, but not as equally strong and complementary partners. If you want respect and value yourself, your counterpart may reflect exactly the same back to you. They may completely repel you and neglect the bond. So, before you will make an attempt to manifest your twin flame, make yourself shining first. Basically, it's a must for any healthy romantic relationship. Also, when you will be analyzing your hidden traits, we hope you will be definitely revising your past up to your early childhood you can remember. So, it would be very useful for you to look for some repetitive signs from the spiritual world that you can notice if you will sit down in the solitude and analyze the experience of your romantic relationship attempts or even your first infatuation, for you may be missing out some important guidance that is telling to you what exact practical decisions you can make in order to meet your twin flame. Pay attention to the things and activities that use bringing joy for you. They may be a part of the unique secret map you can successfully use on your journey. When you will be choosing the right road and looking forward to meet your divine counterpart. Don't worry yet, you are definitely capable of reading, interpreting, and decoding that map if you will give some peaceful and silent space to yourself. If you are the twin flame, you are holding the set of the specific signs that are important for your connection since you were born. You simply tend to forget that when you were growing up and start developing the alternative ego based self identity next to your true divine and authentic self. My twin flame and I, by example, they both were guided through movies and songs. I also felt the strong imperative to leave my native country and to travel abroad. I had been holding that wish from the very young age, and I met my twin flame, but I finally did find some courage to accomplish that goal, which had been silently hidden in my heart basically all my life. While you will be looking for your roadmap and searching for the place where you can meet your twin flame, you should stay in the state of gratitude, silence, and peace. That's the only way how you can hear advices of your soul, spirit, and God. It would be also beneficial for you learning a little bit more about angel signs, animal guides, and synchronicities. For the spirit will be always communicating with you, but you can properly follow that guidance only when you are aware of that. That exactly what did happen to me. For I started my journey March 11, 2014, but I wasn't aware the number 11 is about twin flames. So I did miss out a bunch of signs and synchronicities at the very beginning, and my counterpart did exactly the same. Only a few years later, I became much more aware about that, and now I often use that guidance in my everyday life to be certain about any direction and important decisions I need to take. Well, we won't also suggest you to look for a healthy balance in your life. Do not give all attention only to emotions and the spiritual side of that. You need to stay grounded and confident. You must learning to care for yourself properly. Then your twin flame will be acting in a similar fashion, and for this reason, you both will be creating more room for joy, pleasure, and expansion in your connection. If you know you would be happy about that, make some general objective evaluation of your physical 3D reality. At some level, this layer is also an expression of who you are inside. If there is something out of the right order here, or if you don't like certain obstacles on your physical plane, by example, your career, home, friends, or something else, make sure you take back your accountability for that as an adult human being and make the right move to change it and to realign your reality with your inequalities, values, and goals. So it will be much easier to do the same for your counterpart, and that will enhance your recognition and union. Be sure if you will be struggling here, your twin flame may feel equally unstable, unsuccessful, or insecure. That can add extra tensions to your communication when you will meet them. The steps you will make in this area can even help you to find out your soul calling or mission and your life purpose. By following that, you can build a stable basement for the joint mission you will be able to create together with your twin flame. For very often, if not always, the abilities of one twin flame couple counterparts are complementary. They are strengthened by the connection, especially after the recognition. Our values and goals are similar or same, so you will feel still authentic, but only stronger and more powerful if you will start any united project with your twin flame. Now, only the last seven advice left we want to give you in this conversation to make this second part of the list harmonious or equal to the initial set of the advices we revealed in our first video on this theme. So, our last seventh and the final recommendation for you is to relax and to forget all strict rules and limitations you had been following up to now, and to start simply enjoying life. For according to the highest spiritual knowledge, everything in this reality has its purpose, and all, even the smallest details, are already installed in the proper place by the right timing. Never forget that God or Spirit takes care of everyone and everything at all the time, including your secret desires and even your twin flame manifestation. So, all that you must do is to trust the benevolence of the source or universe. Then you will send out your intent to manifest your twin flame. Now, I guess you won't ask us where to start if you will decide to apply some of these recommendations anyway, to speed up your manifestation or to enhance your chances for the harmonious union with your twin flame. For you can start anywhere. All of that still can help you to reveal the natural, authentic beauty of your personality and even to assist you completing the set of tasks we presented in the first part of the video. So you will be well prepared for your desired twin flame connection, and no difficulties or temporary troubles will stop you on this journey. We believe you will have much more chances for the successful union when your divine counterpart will finally appear on your physical reality, comparing to those who are starting this part unconsciously and unprepared. Now, we must also give a warning to you that this manifestation not necessarily will happen instantly. If you want to find out why it can be delayed or not happen at all, please watch attentively our first video on this theme. But to explain that in a short way, we must say that first of all, there may be too many blockages in your consciousness or life that still must be resolved. To find them easier, please write down the list of our recommendations and tick the points where you fail. To improve that, please work on that for a longer period of time. Make sure you are fully dedicated and also consistent. Always remember that any manifestation can happen only when you are ready inside. The second reason why the fulfillment of your desires can be delayed is the God's authority and power. The Spirit is observing all developments on the physical plane and choosing the right timing for all manifestations to happen. So practice to be patient and stay in hope, for everything is unfolding according to God's will. The third reason why this particular manifestation can take place is the possibility that you may be not destined to meet your twin flame in this lifetime, or you can be not the twin flame. But please don't be upset about that. You still can manifest a wonderful and long lasting soulmate relationship which can be equally joyful and nourishing. Trust God and the universe. They care for you and your wishes 24/7 and always offer what's best for you. We simply rarely can see the full picture of life, for our human perception is too narrow and limited. In a case if you are the twin flame, we not only congratulate you, but also are warning you, for it's not enough to manifest your twin flame. You need to make the serious inner work in order to reach the union. You also should seek the spiritual enlightenment if you wish to make less mistakes on their part, for the twin flame bond is the most challenging of all known interpersonal connections. Keep in mind that using techniques we recommend, you can not only to manifest your divine counterpart easy and early, but also to experience smooth and joyful connection and even the harmonious union with your divine counterpart. So, make yourself ready for this amazing and exciting journey by following our simple advices and general but powerful spiritual laws. Also, by practicing self love, self acceptance, and self care, and redirecting your life toward spiritual goals, especially toward your consciousness expansion and liberation. Please consider to share your personal experience with the collective using the comment section below the video. Hit the like button if you resonate with us and subscribe to the Trusted Bliss in order this information could reach out all generations of the twin flames that are currently waking up and making their first steps on this spiritual journey. Finally, we send you much love and support on your personal part. You are listening to the Trusted Bliss and Dati Ture. Stay tuned, our new video is coming soon.